I'm one of those weird people that like really love the things that music provides to people. I've seen it change people's lives. I've seen it change people's whole personality. I don't know if you remember, if you ever been in school, or those kids that like find a project or find an album and make it their whole personality, the way they dress, the way that, do you know what I mean? Like, and nothing else on this earth does that. So it's made me a real like nerd for discovering music, discovering people's outputs, hearing people's stories through their music. I listen to so much. I think if I wasn't even playing or creating, I think I'd be so deep in my love for music still. There's a good quote, and I don't know who says it. This typical me behavior, quoting people and not knowing who it is I quote. The quote is, when you love something that much, you do it. When you love art that much, when you love music that much, you create it. And I guess that's what I'm doing. I think that's the whole reason I'm even starting this whole vlog or blog or whatever, is to just document how much I love this thing. And that's cool. That's enough. And I hope in a year from now I can watch these back and be like, right, yeah, I get it. Because obviously the way life works, I'm gonna have moments where I'm like, I can't do this thing anymore, and I hope I can watch this back and be like, listen, you do this because of, and the fact that you are creating is enough. Yeah, that's nice.
Shallow on it.
Yeah, that's nice. There's a story that I heard Jerry Seinfeld explain to a comedian who was really struggling with the idea of making it, and how his friends and his parents were kind of just like living their life. His friends were having kids, getting married, getting a house, etc. And he really struggled with the concept of like, what am I doing? And Jerry Seinfeld says this story, which I'm gonna butcher, but I'll try and explain it anyway. Where there's an orchestra and they're playing this gig. It's really snowy. There's a blizzard, and the helicopter can't land where it needs to, so it has to land in a field, and they have to walk in the snow from this field. And off in the distance is this house, and there's smoke coming out the chimney, and there's a wife, a husband, their child. They seem warm. Seems like a beautiful family. As they see this house in the distance, these musicians are cold and like they're freezing, they're wet, they're carrying all their instruments. And one musician says to the other, I couldn't think of anything worse than that. And the essence of the story, this comedian didn't get it, but the essence of the story is that it's the doing, it's the ability to do that is the beauty of it, not the making it. And I know that is, honestly, believe me when I say this, I understand that it is so hard to see that sometimes. At the end of the day, it's the doing. For weeks, I thought about this channel and what I wanted it to be and what I wanted to say, and I couldn't think until I started filming this just then. And I kind of just realized that I kind of want to be the positive part without removing all the negatives from it, obviously. But I want to be the space where musicians can accidentally come to my channel and be like, oh, this guy's like talking about obviously the hardship, but also the joy that's in it all. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to document my experiences. I'm going to vlog the things that go really well and also the things that don't. And hopefully this will help me and anyone who is watching this kind of just navigate all of that. Hopefully.